Atlanta Hot Tub Center and Tub Talk 101, and today, by popular demand, we are going to do a questions and answers on inflatable hot tubs. You know, inflatable hot tubs have been a hot topic as of late as people are stuck at home waiting for the COVID pandemic to pan its way off. So I have Dusty here. He's a general sales manager, and him and I work exclusively together to serve the Atlanta area with greater integrity. And we're going to jump right in. And again, this is an opinion, a review on inflatable hot tubs. And again, I think that all manufacturers of hot tubs, quite frankly, are great. It really just depends on what it is that you're looking for, what your needs, what your wants are, which really should decide what hot tub you buy, whether it's an inflatable or not, right?
That's right.
So, Dusty, I'm gonna let you kind of take it away here and we can get started with the questions.
Very good. Like you said, it has been a hot topic of late. You know, now with more options in the industry, people are even more confused at times on what's right for them. So, questions we get asked a lot, you know, with an inflatable hot tub, can that be serviced?
Yeah, so here's the thing. You know, you guys know through the videos in this channel that we restore and refurbish hot tubs here in-house, and we have had a few dozen people drop off their inflatable hot tubs here, and we have tried to service them. Yes, we can figure out what's wrong with it. However, in order to get the part, you have to replace that whole entire unit, which is where the jet pump and all the electronics are. And more times than not, that outweighs the price of the whole entire tub. And so it's a throwaway now. And you replace it and put in another one, or get another one, shall we say, because, you know, when we talk about portable hot tubs, I guess it would say that inflatable hot tubs probably take the cake.
Yeah, they don't get much more portable.
Yeah, they don't get much more portable than that.
All right, okay. So now, the water in the inflatable hot tub, how do you care for that? Do you have to chemically treat it?
Yeah, so you do have to chemically treat the water. Remember, with an inflatable hot tub, they really don't have ozone systems or clear ray systems, UV systems, salt systems, things like that, right? So it actually, more times than not, you will need more chemicals to maintain an inflatable hot tub than an actual acrylic portable hot tub, because again, you don't have those self-cleaning systems. But yes, you still have to use chlorine or bromine to sanitize the water and take care of it.
Very good. Now, wouldn't that break down the material? It seems like it wouldn't be friendly to that type of material.
Well, so inflatable hot tubs are kind of like a thick vinyl, right? I mean, it's basically a thick plastic, and so that's kind of the deal. You know, inflatable hot tubs, from what we see and what we've dealt with, and you know, I mean, you've been here for a long time. You know, they normally only last maybe 3 or 4 years till either you have some type of service issue inside of the electronics, or you know, it starts to break down that vinyl, and the vinyl almost gets like a little bit rough, you know what I mean? Because it starts to kind of break down there, starts to separate a little bit. We don't see them leaking a lot. I do see them stretching out a fair amount and kind of taking on some odd shape. So yeah, but again, it all depends on what you're looking for a hot tub for. I mean, quite frankly, if you're looking for a glorified bathtub, you know, on the inside of your home, you know, an inflatable hot tub might be the ticket for you.
May just do. So let's compare a little bit here. Performance-wise, can you use an inflatable hot tub like a regular hot tub, and will the hydrotherapy be comparable on any level?
Well, so, you know, kind of going back a little bit to the last question, kind of there at the end where we talk about a glorified bathtub being outside, you know, inflatable hot tubs only have 4 or 5 jets. And the manufacturers, again, they're just designing this to kind of give you a tub in your backyard, or a plastic tub, whatever you want to call it, a way to soak in hot water in your backyard, you know, maybe have a beer with your spouse, that kind of thing. But you're not going to have custom molded seating to your body. You're not going to have those hydrotherapeutic jets. You know, you're not going to have all that. So again, it's really just designed to be a small circular tub that has hot water, you know, kind of like your bathtub inside your house.
Okay, well, to that point then, can you use this thing indoors? I mean, is it safe to bring inside?
Well, just like any hot tub, portable hot tub, you can bring it inside and use it inside your home, but you have to remember when you take the cover off, you're still going to have that steam. You're still going to have the chemicals gassing off and from adding them and stuff, and that will go into the air and that will go into your home. So you would want to still put it in some type of area that is kind of protected from moisture and stuff. Really, we don't suggest putting a hot tub in general, whether it's portable or quite frankly, whether it's inflatable or any type of hot tub in general inside your home. Unless you have a system. Again, unless you have some type of system.
Right. Okay. So now we've eliminated indoors as a possibility, and I know dealing with acrylic shell hot tubs, we're pretty specific on what type of foundations they can have. What kind of options do you have for an inflatable? What kind of foundation can you install in them?
Well, the interesting thing about an inflatable, which is different from an acrylic hot tub, right, is that really you can put an inflatable anywhere as long as the ground is level. Being that you are inflating this thing with air, right, you are blowing it up, it will basically form to the ground. However, you don't want it to be way off level or you're going to have water, high on one side, short on the other. The moment you get in, you're going to have a water ball over the side of it, right? So, but on an acrylic hot tub, you really need to have a foundation. You need to have a concrete slab or a deck or something like that to really set it on.
Okay. Very good. Now, the construction of these things, if you can call it that, I mean, they're plastic, right. But do they have actual seats, or is this just like a glorified kiddie pool?
Well, I mean, glorified kiddie pool. Well, so yes, we could go glorified kiddie pool. You could do puddle wrapped in blue plastic, even if we're going on the joke side of things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all bench seating, right? Again, you got 3 or 4 jets. It's all bench seating, so you're not going to have the custom molded lounges and captain's chairs and all these seats that stretch you out to really truly get that hydrotherapy. See, in the engineering department of a lot of these hot tub manufacturers, they are spending the time to create seating and putting jets in specific places to work particular muscle groups together, kind of as they should, right? So if you go and you get a massage, right? You go and get a massage, you don't have them working kind of like your lower back and your upper shoulder, right? You have them working your shoulder together, you have them working your lower back together. It's the same thing here where they're custom molding this seat to fit your body and have those jets to create that hydrotherapy.
Right, okay. Now, are these things insulated?
Well, quite frankly, there's really not a lot of insulation in these hot tubs at all, unfortunately. So, with that being said, no. However, they do plug in 115 volts, and they're not too crazy expensive. They are relatively, inexpensive monthly, but they're definitely not as cheap as a full foam hot tub would be. All right, folks, so we had a little bit of an intermission yesterday because someone was actually walking into the store. So, yes, we have a cut in this video, but hey, at the end of the day, they came in, they bought 150 hot tubs, and so, hey, it was totally worth it. No, actually, they just bought one, but hey, one's better than none, right?
One is good. One is good.
So, ultimately, we're going to jump right back in to inflatable hot tubs and the questions, and Dusty, take it away.
Right away. So, next up, we're being asked, how often do you change the water in an inflatable hot tub?
So you're going to change it 4 times a year, actually, really, is what they suggest. Most of the manufacturers suggesting on an inflatable hot tub, but really most people change a lot more than that. Because inflatable hot tubs, a lot of times, are really designed more to fill it up, wait for it to get hot. It does heat very slow because it's on 115 volts. It may take a day or 2 to heat. You use it, enjoy it, and drain it, and then you can kind of do it all over again. It's what a lot of people kind of do, opposed to really keeping it hot, just with insulation values and things like that. However, if you are going to use it or try to use it as more of a acrylic type portable hot tub, you can drain it 4 times a year. I know with more of an acrylic, they say 3 times a year. I think the reason they're saying 4 times a year is to help protect the plastic, that vinyl, right, that you're putting the water in. It's not an acrylic shelled hot tub, and so I think they're saying, hey, let's go ahead and drain it 4 times a year in hopes that you'll get more time out of that vinyl shell, out of that plastic shell.
Wow. You're doing a great job of segueing between questions.
Nice
So-
segue. I kind of yeah, it's good,
so-
Dusty.
so
We're onto something.
Yeah, your answer is going to segue right into this question. So how long can you expect one of these to last?
Well, so ultimately, you get what you pay for, right? But it's all about why you're buying it. You know, if you're buying it again because you want a glorified hot tub outside with 3 or 4 jets, because you don't have a bathtub in your master bath or something like that, you know, more power to you. Again, I think all these manufacturers are great. It really just depends on what it is that you're looking for. However, by design, I don't see people getting more than 3 or 4 years out of these, and sometimes that is even a stretch. So it isn't designed to be really, quite frankly, a long-lasting hot tub by any means.
I can see that. So all of this has led us to this moment. Last question, and I think this really sums everything up. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to purchase an inflatable hot tub?
You know, this is kind of a tricky question, and I answer it yes and no, and this is why, okay? If you're new to the hot tub industry and you quite frankly just don't know if you're going to like to sit in hot water for any type of extended period of time, an inflatable may be a good place to start. But if you're looking for, you know, extensive hydrotherapy, you know, inexpensive monthly electrical bills, you know, cleaner water, you know, less maintenance, better filtration, things like that, then the inflatable might not be for you, or you may want to do some more research so you know exactly what an inflatable is in comparison to a acrylic shelled hot tub. Because I'll tell you guys, they're night and day. They're completely different. You can't compare the two. It'd be like trying to compare a coconut to an apple. You know, how are you going to compare those two things? You know, I know that's kind of an awkward comparison, but I'm just saying in general, there's just nothing about them that are that quite frankly are the same. So again, it's really important for you to do your research. So again, you can find what's best for you and your family.
I think that's a really good point. You know, the research seems to be the thing that I come back to time and time again with each and every customer that we deal with. You know, some people have done extensive research and they come in knowing exactly what they want, and that's great. You know, I love helping those people. And people come in and they have lots of questions and they need answers, and I love helping those people as well. They're looking, they're putting the effort in, and to me that's a big sign, you know, that they're gearing up to make an important decision, and it really is. So, you know, I couldn't agree more. It really does depend on the person.
Isn't that what being a good dealer is about, guys? Look, I don't care if you're buying a hot tub here in Atlanta. I don't care who you're buying the hot tub from. It could be me. It could be a guy in Mississippi, a guy in California, a guy in Wyoming, a guy in Texas. Listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But your dealer should be willing to educate you and simply tell you about their product so that you can make an educated decision. But they should be willing to tell you about the industry. They should be willing to say, hey, this is how tubs are built, and maybe my product is for you, maybe my product isn't for you. Right?
Right. But we can't be, you know, we shouldn't be so selfish as to limit it to that, right? So
right, exactly.
I feel like, you know, that's one thing that we focused on. You know, when you brought me in here for sales, that was a big deal for me. The fact that you and I are so in sync when it comes to the way that we approach people.
Sales through education.
Right, and the way that we address people and the way that we treat people is important. And, you know, I think we do a good job of that, and that's what's driving the YouTube channel now is more and more people are looking for those answers, and, you know, I'm happy that we're able to help.
Yeah, me too. And that's all we really want to do. You know, that's what this YouTube channel is all about. It's fun to give back to the industry through the knowledge. You were a tech for many years. I've been a tech for many years. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's great. It's really great to give back. So this is Dusty and Brian, and a review and opinion on inflatable hot tubs. And thank you very much. Thanks for watching.